Guys, I hope everybody's doing okay. I just want to start this video off by saying how much of a huge fan of Nioh I am. It's been over 9 years since the original Nioh had its alpha demo. Cannot believe it's been that long. It was fantastic back then. And I've been waiting a long time for Nioh 3 to finally be announced. Could not believe it was so soon though. I actually thought they would announce it maybe after Ninja Gaiden 4 had came out, but seems like now's the time for them. Now, I just want to say, I know this is an alpha demo, so things are subject to change. But there's a couple of things about the demo I kind of want to get off my chest. I'm not entirely happy about everything in this demo that Nioh 3 has shown us. So I kind of just want to talk about a few things here, and I hope some of these are going to change, but I actually think some of them are not going to change. And it'd be nice to hear other people's opinions on the matter as well, fellow Nioh fans like myself. Okay, so the first thing I kind of want to talk about is the ninja form that's new to this game. I'm not really a big fan of it at this moment in time, and the reason I'm not a fan of it is because some of the weapons are kind of locked behind the ninja form in this demo. Now, I don't know if that's going to be in the final version of the game, but the way it works is you have your samurai form, you have your ninja form, and you get certain weapons in the samurai form that have their stances, but in the ninja form, you don't get stances for certain weapons here, like the talons and the kurosagama. So it's the weapons don't feel as fun to use because they're missing half their moveset. Now, because it's an alpha demo, I'm not sure if we will finally be able to use all these weapons in our normal samurai form, but yeah, I thought I need to mention this. I do have to say though, I don't really enjoy the ninja form that much. I found myself just using the samurai form for most of the demo because that's what I like, that's what I'm used to. It's got the key pulsing in it, it's got the stances in it, a fundamental part of Nioh that I enjoy, and I found that the ninja form doesn't have any of these things, so it's not as fun to play to me. Yes, I mean, your character is really fast in that form, but I don't really feel like we needed another form to be fast. Obviously this will grow on us, I don't know. Is this going to completely overwrite having a fast build? How I liked playing in the old games was being a samurai with my katana and being really fast. And I was dead in one hit because I wore so much light armor. But is that really I'm confused how they want us to play this game. I'm not entirely sure yet. Do they want us using the ninja form to be fast? If so though, I'm not entirely digging the movesets that they've got for the ninja form, and I kind of want them to play like it did in the old games a bit more. I gotta be honest, just not a fan of this ninja form so far. On top of that, it kind of feels like we just overall move a bit slower in our samurai form, and I find myself, it's harder to dodge in samurai form, and I think it's because of the fact they want us using the ninja form to dodge in the first place. So it's kind of like they're forcing us to use this form even if we kind of don't want to. Yeah, but I found myself playing the rest of the demo just as a samurai, even if I was slower and trying to adapt to how they wanted us to play. Now, the one thing I don't like about what's in this demo as well is there's a normal parry system in this game. Basically, you just press L1 and you time it correctly, you're parrying everything. Now, I just don't know if Nioh is entirely suited for this kind of playstyle. Obviously I'll get used to it, but I much preferred the athletic dodging that was in the samurai form of the old games. But it feels to me like the trade-off is having, the parry in the samurai form, but being able to move fast in the ninja form. And I don't know if I like that trade-off, because I find myself getting hit more in the samurai form because we're not as fast as we used to be, and we're moving a little bit janky. Yeah, I just don't think this game really suits having this kind of parry system. I really hope that because this is an alpha demo, it's not showing all of the skills that are in the skill tree. I much preferred using some of the other parries that were in the older games. There was different parries where you could parry their attacks and stab them in the back. Loved those parries. It's what made the game really unique. Individual playstyles, loved everything about that, about the previous Niohs, but I don't really just getting rid of those parries for this overall one parry way to play in what the alpha demo is showing us here. So I really hope this is not going to be what's in the final game. But I can't help but feel yes, this is going to be the parry that's in the final game, and that's just the way it's going to be. I would love to hear what people think about that. I hope they've not got rid of the other parries. But at the end of the day, we're still probably going to have to use this parry, but I just don't know if I like the way it feels in Nioh. Now here's the big one for me, something I really did not want to happen to the Nioh series. I'm a huge fan of the mission-based levels that they do in the previous games. I love selecting the missions from the map screen. Love everything about it. It's one of the things that also made Nioh unique. Really good level design in every single level you went to. And the last thing I wanted to see was Nioh 3 become open world. I'm sorry to say it. I know that open world is very, very popular in this day and age, but, you know, it depends if it's done correctly. Now, see, The Witcher 4 is a game that's coming out soon, down the line, who knows, a year or so away. I'm excited for that game, and I know ahead of schedule it's going to be open world. Why am I, not upset about that game being open world? Because I know it's going to be a good open world. That's what the games have always been in the past. They've been made, crafted with these open world designs. Now, not every open world is created equal. Yous know that. Everybody who's played really good open world games know that. But we are suffering from open world fatigue in a lot of games in this day and age. And when I bought Rise of the Ronin, which is one of the previous games that they made, I couldn't finish it because I found the open world that they had created so boring, with just Assassin's Creed check the boxes going on. That's what it felt like to me. And from what I've seen here in Nioh 3 so far, I just really don't like the structure of their open world in this demo. I just found myself running from A to B, doing little things like opening chests, and there was nothing to see along the way. There was one enemy every now and then, but meanwhile we were just crossing fields and looking at trees, and I'm sorry guys, but I just don't think that this is the way Nioh 3 should be going. I know a lot of people love Rise of the Ronin. Some people have been saying stuff like they're just taking everything they had in the previous games that they've made and combining it into one and putting it in Nioh, making it even better. I don't think Nioh should be open world. I think so far from what I've seen in this demo, the game is going to suffer for being open world. You're going to find yourself just running by a lot of enemies, which is stuff you never used to do in Nioh. This was not Dark Souls or Elden Ring where you run by everything. You wanted to kill everything. You wanted to see everything. But the levels are not going to be as carefully crafted because there's a bunch of open world nothingness going on here. I'm sorry to say, I'm not somebody who really enjoys Elden Ring's open world because I don't think they crafted every part of that world to look unique and feel great. I don't think they did. I think there's a bunch of areas in that game that are lacking stuff to do, and that's just the price you pay for a lot of newer open worlds these days. I feel the same about games like Zelda Breath of the Wild, you know, and I feel the same about Ronin. That's what I felt. I feel the same about Assassin's Creed's, their open worlds leaving stuff to be desired, and I feel yeah, just Nioh 3 shouldn't be going down this route. The major part I didn't enjoy about this demo was that it was open world, and I don't think this is going to change for the final release. So this is severely bumming me out right now. I'd love to hear what people think about the open world, because right now, yeah, unless the levels that we're going to get in the future are so much better than this, I'm just not sure if it's going to be as good a game as I hoped it was going to be in the first place, and it's going to leave me yearning for the mission-based structure that we had before with a great level design. I've got one more thing to add on here. I'm not entirely sure how everybody feels about this. I'm not a graphics whore or anything like that, but I do have to mention that one of the things I was looking forward to with Nioh 3 was just how good a next generation version of Nioh would look. And I can honestly say after playing this demo, I'm really not that impressed by the graphics. Like I say, I want a solid 60 FPS and performance, absolutely. But I don't want the game to still look like it could run on a PS4 Pro, which is kind of what Nioh 3 looks like to me. It really doesn't look like that much of a step up in graphics, and I feel like this game should have been, to be honest. Just imagine if it was on par with Demon Souls Remake, but I know that is asking a lot. But yeah, I expected the graphics to be a lot better, but it kind of just looks like Nioh 2.5 in the graphics department, if you ask myself. Well guys, those are some of my problems that I've got with Nioh 3 so far. This alpha demo, I know it's an alpha demo, we'll keep saying it, but there is a couple of things I don't think they're going to be changing for the final release. I hope the open world is going to be better than what we're seeing in this demo. That's all I can really say, because that's the #1 thing for me. I'd like to hear other people's opinions. Please don't take the criticism too bad about the game. We're better getting it out there so the devs can see it now rather than later. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.